Hey guys, today we are going to do a shark figures collection video, okay? And right here, there are actually some information cards on different types of sharks right here, okay? So we'll go through them and we'll take a look at our sharks collection, which is stored right here. If this is your first time here, this is basically my entire section of animal figurines, Okay, and here we have the entire drawer of shark figurines right here. Below we have some whale sharks as well, which technically should be placed in this box, but I think it's okay. We'll just take a look at this box of shark figures along with the cards. So let's begin. Alright guys, check this out. So I've basically laid some of the shark figures, not figures, the cards. Some of them are still kept inside the box because we don't have every single figure that are listed in the set of cards. So we'll go through every card and find respective figures, okay? So let's do this. Alright guys, so let's begin. Let's choose the first figure. How about we go with a Sawshark right here. So this Sawshark basically used this little saw tool to sort of like slice up the food. So where is our Sawshark? It's right here guys. This is the card right here. So let's take a look. The average size is roughly about 1.5 meters, which is not exactly very long. Yes, the Sawshark is perhaps the easiest to recognize. Its long saw-like snout gives them away instantly, so you can easily recognize this very easily. So I'm gonna put this aside first. I think we definitely have a few more Sawsharks in this collection. Next up, let's have a look at maybe this. How about this one? Do we have a Mako shark card? I'm not too sure. I think we should have. There's a tiger shark right here. I can't. Okay, the Mako shark. But this is actually a short fin Mako shark. But we do have a Mako shark somewhere over here, which I'm gonna show you guys later on. But let's take a look at this Mako shark. It's one of the most adaptable and resilient species of sharks, which led them to sprawl out all over the world. Stay away from them because they are the fastest shark, being able to swim quicker than you could ever run, 74 kilometers per hour, and they are quite prone to aggressive behavior. So when you see a Mako shark, stay away from them, but I think it might be too late because they are fast swimmers. Next up, with a tiger shark right here. You can easily recognize it with the stripes on his body. So let me just take this one. This is basically the information of tiger shark. Average size 3.5 meters long. Tiger sharks are the second most dangerous of all sharks after the great white. They like to hang out in tropical and subtropical climates and usually very close to the surface. So they are relatively easy to spot. They are usually hungry, so beware. So tiger sharks is basically the second most dangerous sharks of all, which is after great white. Of course, right here, I thought the bull shark was supposed to be the most dangerous. This is another tiger shark, a mini one. Let's have a look at the next one. How about let's read about the great white. So this is basically a very beautiful great white shark figure. I think this can even pass on as a Megalodon, which we can take a look later on. Where is our great white shark? Is right here guys. So this one, the average size is about 4.3 meters long, which is pretty big, with 3,000 sharp teeth at any one time and a bit of a temper. The great white shark is the monster of choice for any aquatic terror movie. Although they are less ferocious in real life, they are such perfect predators that evolution kept them virtually unchanged from millions of years. Wow, that is pretty mind-blowing. We do have many great white sharks figures, so you're gonna see plenty of great whites later on. I'm just going to find as many as possible to quickly show you guys. Here's another one from Safari Ltd. I'm actually quite a huge fan of great white shark figures. Here's another one. Here's another one. This one is from Peppo. Oh, it's from Collecte. I think it was given to us by a Dan Safarian. Of course, you guys can actually send me fan mail as well. Just go on to the About Us tab on our YouTube channel. There's an address for you to send your letters, your drawings, and everything that you will want to send. Okay, here's another great white. All right, let's move on to the next one. How about let's take a look at the hammerhead shark. So there are two hammerhead sharks right here. We do have the info card right here as well. Average size about 5 meters long, which is actually longer than the great white. So you can laugh at its looks, but the hammerhead shark's head is covered in tiny special sensors that help them detect electric fields in the water to locate prey. This means they use their head as a metal detector to locate their favorite meal, which is stingrays. Wow, this is actually quite a fun fact. So it basically can detect metal, and they're able to detect like stingrays and as well, which is kind of incredible. Here is another hammerhead shark. Did I say great white? Yeah, so very cool. Hammerhead shark, extremely cool. Let's see whether we have more hammerheads. I think we should have more hammerheads, but we'll come to them later on. And here it's a frilled shark. Frilled shark is right here, guys. Yeah, you can see they actually look kind of terrifying, I would say. Average size 2 meters long, which is not extremely long. The frilled shark is a living fossil. Reminiscent of the prehistoric times, it has changed very little since then and looks a bit like an eel. Its 25 rows of needle-like teeth, however, need not frighten you. This shark lives in very deep waters where most of us never venture. So you're probably never able to see one in real life before. Yeah, I feel in the really deep ocean waters there could be like, you know, creatures that we have never seen before. Yeah, I think that is a very cool fact. Here we have two more hammerheads, so just going to put them into the box. Too bad we don't have a card on a goblin shark. I think if not, it will be pretty cool. So let's take a look at the next one, which is one of my favorite sharks of all time, the Thresher shark. So check this out. The Thresher shark, it's about 4.8 meters long, which is partly because the tail is actually very long. And if you check this out, the most identifiable trait of a Thresher shark is its tail, which can grow up to half the shark's body length with a long upper lobe and a shorter lower lobe. It is used as a whip to stun the prey and makes a great hunting tool. Shaken, not stirred. Very nice. So they basically use the tail to stun the prey. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Next, we have a blue shark. I think we have the card right here, so you can see it actually looks very similar to the figure. It actually looks very cartoonish, I would say. Female blue shark skin is much thicker than the male's. 3.5 meters long, although they can be found worldwide, blue sharks are not as common these days due to excessive fishing. They are potentially dangerous, but only if they feel threatened or very hungry. In any case, try not to find out if you see one. Okay, that's a very cute little fact. Black tip reef shark right here. So where is our card on the black tip reef shark? It's right here, guys. So this is the one. We'll just try to read some fun facts right here. So black tips are shy and easily scared away by divers. So it's about 2 meters long. Blacktip reef sharks love to hang out in shallow lagoons and the coral reefs of the tropical, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. They aren't aggressive, but beware of them just in case they think your legs are a pair of fish. Because sharks, I think they are known for notorious for having bad eyesight, and sometimes they will mistake humans for food. Okay, next up, let's see what else we've got. we have a leopard shark, which is, the same as a zebra shark. They are basically the same species, just that the patterns will actually change as they grow. So we do have a card on the zebra shark right here. Average size 3 meters long. Due to the size, they are also prey to many sharks. You may have come across a zebra shark, also known as a leopard shark, at some point. Since many aquariums have them in captivity, they change their appearance over their lifetime. Striped when young and more spotted towards adulthood, hence the leopard. So if you see more spots, which means it is actually an older zebra shark. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Here's another great white shark figure. This is a bonnet head shark. You can see the head is actually quite similar to a hammerhead, but we don't have any cards on this. Shark rays, I don't think we have any shark ray cards right here, guys. I don't think so. So here's one shark ray from Collecte, quite a beautiful one. This one is from Safari Ltd. And here is another tiny little one from Schleich. So we do have a couple of shark rays. We should have a few more later on. I'm gonna show you guys later on. Okay, next up we have a Wobbegong shark. Check this out, a Wobbegong. So wow, this actually looks like a I don't know, it doesn't look like a shark for sure. Wobbegong is an Australian Aboriginal for shaggy beard. Nice. Average size is about 3 meters. Wobbegong sharks are known as carpet sharks. Since they are bottom-dwelling sharks, they lay motionless, and their colored skin patterns are handy camouflage to snap the prey from below. Very, very cool. So I think we do have another Wobbegong figure right here. This one is another one. Alright, so this is a goblin shark. Too bad, we don't have any information about this. All I know is that they can only be found, similarly to the Frilled shark, like really deep in the ocean waters. Okay, here we have a sand tiger shark, which surprisingly we do have the card right here. This is a figure from Safari Ltd. Not only are they harmless, they are very shy too. The sand tiger shark is also known as the ragged tooth shark in Africa, and the grey nurse shark in Australia. For some time, these sharks have been cute because of their threatening appearance, though they are actually harmless. Yeah, they do look very scary, but as compared to a great white, they are definitely not as dangerous. Okay, so here we have a scallop hammerhead shark. You can see it has like some bumps and curves on its hammerhead, which is different from the usual hammerhead. Okay, here we have a nurse shark. I'm not too sure. Oh, we do have the card right here, which is awesome. Unlike most sharks, they can rest motionless if needed. That's cool. Nurse sharks are common in the Caribbean, and they are very calm and peaceful, attacking only if treated with violence. They can also be found around Eastern Pacific, Western Atlantic, and tropical West Africa, which is kind of you can find it in many places. Here is a Megalodon. We do have a Megalodon card right here. Of course, we do not have a picture of a Megalodon because they are extinct. So Megalodons had whales for breakfast, literally. If you can picture a ferocious shark the size of a double-decker buses, then you know how big and scary the Megalodons were. They lived from the Middle Miocene, approximately 60 million years ago, to the Pliocene, approximately 2.6 million years ago. Very, very nice fact about the Megalodon. And here we have an oceanic white-tip shark. We don't have the oceanic white-tip shark card, but we do have the white-tip reef shark, which is I wouldn't say they are the same species. I think they are closely related. White tips are shallow swimmers. The white-tip reef shark is probably the most common type of shark found by divers in tropical reefs. The name comes, of course, from the white tips on the first and sometimes on the second dorsal fin, as well as the tail lobes. So you can find every fin is covered with like white, which is kind of cool. For the small figures, I will not go through them because there are like so many of them. Here's a Thresher shark with a long tail. Megamouth shark. So we definitely have a card on the Megamouth, but we do have like another figure right here, which I want to show it to you guys. Megamouth shark. Where is it? Right here, guys. So Megamouth shark. There isn't any info on how they interact with humans. The Megamouth is considered one of the rarest species of sharks, and it rarely honors its name with a bit of caricature is basically like the kind of exaggerated painting, caricaturistic look. Much mystery surrounds this species since it was discovered by sheer chance in 1976. So it's a very, very rare and hard to spot species. So if you are able to find one, you're considered lucky. So this is a bamboo shark. We don't have any info card on this. Lemon shark, we do have one. Let's have a look right here. The name comes, of course, from the yellowish color. Like most tourists, lemon sharks like warm and shallow waters, but unless you happen to live by the South Atlantic or Caribbean coast, you should not expect to come across one of them. Only occasionally they migrate to West Africa. Nice. Sawshark, which we have talked about that later on. I mean just now. Tiger shark, we have talked about them as well. Now it's time for us to take a look at salmon shark. So this is a salmon shark from Safari Ltd. Quite a nice one, I would say. Beg your pardon. And here's another one, which I also think is a salmon shark because of the spots on his body. So the fins kind of look similar as well. So I suppose this is a salmon shark as well, although it doesn't have the name written right below, but I think so. Next up, Thresher shark right here. This one I have no idea what it is. It seemed to be a species of a carpet shark, but I'm not too sure. This is the white tip reef shark, which we have talked about that just now, on the info card. And a couple of mini great whites. And here's the Mako shark, guys. So just now we have actually read about the Mako shark just now. So I've shown you guys like the short fin Mako shark, and this is the Mako shark. Okay, we don't have a thorn ray. We don't have whale shark. Is actually not in my sharks collection. I don't have an angel shark or a cow shark. Hopefully we are able to get them next time. We do have a stingray, but it's not in this box. Next, bull shark. Bull shark is actually one of the more aggressive species around. Bull sharks can be found in both seawater and freshwater. Bull sharks look pretty scary and are actually quite treacherous. With the 300 kilograms of muscle, they are among the species with the most registered attacks, and their sharp triangular teeth can serrate flesh with ease. So bull shark and great whites are basically like the most dangerous sharks out there. Here's another scallop hammerhead. All of these small figures, I'm just going to drop them into the box. This one, not very sure what this is. Seems like a nurse shark. These two are, this is definitely a zebra shark. This one I'm not too sure. A sawfish. And now we are left with, okay, this manta ray card. We're not going to talk about manta rays today. And we have 4 basking shark figures right here. So let's have a look at this. The basking shark is the second largest living fish. Straight out of the nightmare, that's how the basking shark looks. However, this huge shark is nothing to worry about since it feeds on small animals as it strolls along with its extremely big mouth wide open. Yeah, so it is a filter feeder basically, and they are very safe. They won't attack humans. Some you know, which is pretty similar to whale sharks. They are also filter feeders. So yeah, that brings us to the end of this video. I enjoy reading this, but we might have spent a bit too much time. So I want you guys to like comment down below whether you guys enjoyed, you know, watching this video, reading facts, and going through our collection cards, info cards. I mean our collection of sharks. Let me know down below. If you guys are interested, I might consider doing one with other animals or other sea animals. Yeah, let me know down below. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.